What is up, DTube, Steam blockchain? So I was reading a funny post. I think it was on The Guardian, and I have some quotes from it here. So I want to talk a little bit about transparency. I want to talk a little bit about transparency in this video because well, this story was interesting. So it was about Polish troll farms in Wroclaw, and we live in a market economy, and it's really interesting. We should be very transparent about that a market economy requires, like, people need money, they want to make money, right? So so people sort of try to innovate and try to figure out clever ways to get something done. So this story is really interesting because I'm gonna read a little bit here. So I have here some quotes. Undercover reporter reveals life in a Polish troll farm in Wroclaw. Katarzyna spent 6 months running fake social media accounts at self-described EPR firm in Wroclaw. And then there's some more quotes here. One of her responsibilities was to operate anonymous accounts with instructions to promote content produced by TVP, Poland's state broadcaster. Um, and then another quote. It would be great if you posted positive comments about government subsidy of TVP and television license fee rather than email from her manager. I think this was on Twitter, and it's really interesting now because it's like, okay, we're moving into this sort of age, a transition phase, where Twitter, YouTube, maybe not YouTube so much, maybe Instagram, I mean, they all have this problem with, let's say, identity, or that people want to use the technology in different ways. So a market economy like this is like, okay, so you have certain central sources that sort of want to spread some information and get it out there. And it's really interesting because it's like, okay, everyone has sort of their own sort of plan or their own agenda to, like, put information out there, and we should really just be more transparent about this. So it's like, one of the problems Twitter and, like, Instagram and all these places have right now is the way people want to use the technology. So Instagram is like shadow banning a lot of people, Twitter is doing the same thing, and they're sort of acting as well, they are the private company behind these places, right? But it gets problematic because you sort of get this, the daddy, the private company, and all the other people are sort of children in this sort of system. And what you need is, like, we really need to look at how people can become adults eventually. So things can be more transparent, people can earn value, and people can use proof of brain to sort of build themselves up, like on the Steam blockchain. And then eventually you can remove a lot of this weird nonsense. So a lot of it today, right now, is just about, like, reporting back stuff that other media is not really reporting on. For example, this story about Polish troll farms in Wroclaw. Of course, if we are going to consider it a little bit more globally, we probably have so many troll farms in other cities as well. And you really have to look at these things, and it's like, well, it gets problematic if someone is, like, making stuff up, or if they sort of have an incentive to sort of not tell you the truth. Like, it becomes problematic. Like, should we have, like, a society where people are, like, telling lies to each other and, like, making so much fake accounts? Like, it becomes so much nonsense. Like, the nonsense is just like, no, like, stop. So it gets interesting when more people eventually are gonna look for better systems, especially proof of brain systems. Tired of the algo where it's like filtering, it's not chronological, you don't really have that much control of what you see. Yeah, I think we're gonna see a very, very big, like, backlash against this, and obviously you see these, like, power struggles from different authorities, where it's like some want some centralized information, centralized power system, where other people are realizing, wait a sec, we shouldn't do this. It should be decentralized. Like nobody should like it gets weird. Like it gets weird when stuff is not transparent. It gets weird when people are sort of trying to push some agenda, and like people are like seeing through it now. It's so strange. And a big thing with this, of course, I do understand with Poland, it's like they're running on slotty. So I mean, there's a big problem with fiat in Europe, even euro in, let's say, Italy and other European countries. It's a problem with fiat how you can't communicate with other Europeans easily, peer to peer. Like it becomes super problematic because these people, they're using the internet, they're using these apps from private companies, and these apps are huge, like they're massive, but people cannot send value, they cannot use proof of brain. And when they're spending so much time on the internet and they basically have no financial system, it's like it gets super strange. And eventually, you do see people want to use market economy, so it's like people are going to try to find opportunities. Oh, we can start this firm here, and we can sort of make fake accounts on different services, and we can sort of push random nonsense out there, and we can like make money in that way. People want to make money, right? But you need you need people to do it the right way, with like digital systems, more transparent, and more open technologies, right? Because if you don't have this, it becomes it becomes like a child play where everyone is sort of trying to one up on other people, or like trying to cheat or trying to do some sleazy tricks to sort of get ahead. It becomes really, it becomes like a child play. And eventually people are gonna have to look at this. Okay, we have to be adults now. People should probably try to be honest and like report real stuff, because if people do not do that, it's eventually going to lead to chaos, and nobody wants chaos. Like nobody really wants chaos, but it's inevitable that it does happen if people are not being honest with each other, right? So it's really interesting how to transition people into like better systems and so on. I mean, it's not like something that's going to happen fast, and it can go in so many directions, because as capabilities increase with technology, people need to learn to be more responsible of how they're using it. And they also need to sort of know that people know everything now. Like, this is a question before everyone knows everyone. And then it's like, okay, everyone knows everyone. So everyone can sort of observe what other people are doing. So that is one very interesting aspect in all of this. That stuff is just more transparent now. We can see if there is some shady tactic or like shady strategies being used, but people can also be caught in the middle of this. So if they don't really have any great tools like great financial systems and so on, humans sort of get caught in the middle of this. And just because humans need to make a living, they do a lot of stuff, right? They do what they can, like. So yeah, so that's what I want to talk a little bit about today. So you should be aware about that. On most of the other social media platforms, that probably someone has some incentive to sort of either pay someone or like spread random troll stuff. This is a huge thing on most of these other platforms: Twitter, Instagram, and probably even YouTube. Like you have whole, let's say, PR firms that are like professional trolls, probably. And yeah, I think people are really gonna get tired of the nonsense eventually. And and yeah, so that's what I wanted to talk a little bit about today. And it's not like it's not like blockchain is perfect, right? It's not perfect. You can even argue that in the short term, it's going to become more chaotic, especially the next couple of years, because as you get massive onboarding, and same as the old centralized platforms, they're still growing. So you have these, you need to almost use artificial intelligence to sort of educate people way faster, because a human doing it manually, it's going to be too slow. And I mean, if you look at the old centralized platforms, they don't have anyone that is like, oh, maybe you should use maybe you should kind of use it in this way. No, people don't. People need sort of guidance in many ways, and I really hope those artificial intelligence tools will come to the blockchain ecosystem eventually. So people, you want to create systems where people understand it faster and can basically find their role, so to say. And in many ways, the role can be to just be themselves, probably. Just optimize, just try to optimize their own human being, and try to become more and more competent and sort of increase their capabilities. And that is something that can really engage people if they become involved in sort of that process. So yeah, quick video about these Polish troll farms in one city. Remember that this is just one report, I think, from The Guardian, and just be aware of how much stuff that probably goes unreported. So it probably is good if people become aware of a lot of this nonsense because on other platforms you don't really see that much reality. Yeah, have a great day, DTube and Steam blockchain. Bye bye.